Hey, this is Mrs. Warren. Sorry I couldn't be there today with you guys, but I wanted to go ahead and give you a video lesson for you. So here we go. First of all, today's topic is on the Louisiana Purchase. By the time you finish this lesson, hopefully you guys will be able to describe the importance and location of the Louisiana Territory or the Purchase. This should be something that's familiar to you from last year. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to need is a set of fill-in-the-blank notes. Now the fill-in-the-blank notes should be something the sub had already given you. So as you watch this video lesson, you're going to just fill in the blanks. Then you'll go to part 2. Now back on Canvas, you might have seen more than one video link. Part 2 is to watch a 5-minute video about the Louisiana Territory. It's really good. It's going to summarize everything and give you a lot of good visuals. Part 3, you're going to begin making your own Louisiana Purchase map. You may not finish this today, but you should at least get started on it, and that's my expectations for this lesson. So something must be turned in by the end of the class period, and then we'll discuss how and where and when we're going to finish that map on Wednesday. So here we go. You got your fill-in-the-blank notes. All right, so Thomas Jefferson is our third president. He's going to win over Adams. If you remember, Adams passed the Alien and Sedition Acts that messed up the First Amendment, so people weren't happy with him. So Thomas Jefferson did take charge of the government and the presidency. Now, at any time, if I'm going too fast, I need you to pause the video. Now, his goal was to decrease the size of the federal government. This was he was not a big government guy. He was really a supporter of more states' rights. So he's going to do this by decreasing how much the government spends, reducing the size of the Army and Navy, as well as all of the other departments like the Department of the Treasury, the State Department, the Department of War. And that was his plan, but it's going to backfire, as we're going to find out in the next few days. Now, the most important part of this lesson is why we wanted to purchase this huge piece of land that was owned by France. Now, this right here is the most important part, because the Mississippi River was so huge to our farmers over here in the West. We needed to make sure that New Orleans was never cut off from us. France and the United States had an agreement that we would use that port, but at any time, if we lost New Orleans, it would shut us down completely in those new territories that we were starting to not colonize, but to settle. So we sent people over to buy just the city of New Orleans. Now, Louisiana Purchase, this is one of our years, is 1803. So make sure that that sticks in your mind. Now, in France, there was the dictator after the French Revolution, Napoleon Bonaparte. And he was really spending a ton of money just going all over Europe, creating wars with other nations, taking lands, and he was running out of money. We wanted to buy New Orleans to control the Mississippi, but Napoleon said, hey, tell you what, I'll give you more than that if you buy all the rest of the land for $15 million. And so it was too good of an offer to pass up. So that's exactly what happened. We bought the Louisiana Purchase for $15 million, which is approximately 4 cents per acre. An acre is about the size of a football field. It's the largest land deal in history, and this doubled the size of the United States. This began what we know as manifest destiny that reach all the way to the west from sea to shining sea. As I said before, this doubled the size of the United States, and you'll get a better picture with the part 2 of the lesson is to go watch the video, and it explains it a little bit better. But Jefferson needs to see what he had actually purchased, what kind of resources they had, animals, lands, Native Americans, what's going on out there. So he hired two people, Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, and they set out on a 2-year expedition, as you can see in this map right here. They went up the Missouri River and all the way across. One thing they were looking for, too, was an all-water route to the Pacific. This is something that people had been looking for the last century, trying to get through from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. Unfortunately, they did not find it, but along the way, they made maps, reported on plants, animals, and Indian tribes. It was one of the most successful expeditions in history. Now, at this point, part of your notes should be taken just on Louisiana Purchase. We're going to focus on the other stuff tomorrow. So you need to put those notes somewhere safe that you can access them tomorrow when I'll be in. Now, the second part, you need to go back to Canvas and hit the second video link and watch the video on Louisiana Territory. It's about 5 minutes. Now, when you finish that, I want you to begin the Louisiana Purchase map part. And I'm going to go over this with you really quick on the map part. The map has instructions, pretty accurate instructions. You're going to use the link on Canvas. I'm going to give you another link that will help you find the forts. There's page numbers. You can use your textbook, or you can search for Louisiana Purchase map on your computer. Please do not just use Google Maps. It's going to take you twice as long to do that. If you get to where you've labeled everything, follow the instructions on the bottom right box. It should tell you how to color your map correctly. And after that, like I said, if you don't finish, please turn it into the substitute. So at this point, I'm going to say goodbye to you. Thank you guys for cooperating. The map will be a grade, so make sure that you do your best and you stay as neat as possible. And you should be just using a pencil to label. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Thank you so much, and good luck. Ask questions if you need to. Bye.